Alright, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Bob. Howdy. Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Chao Garden. Hello. It has been a while, yeah, return. Finally. I did get back, like, 2 days ago, but I was very tired, and I also had to, like, catch up on work and stuff, but I am finally back. I am finally home from vacation. It was a... How long was I gone? Feels like I've been gone for months. Anyway. What better way to return than with the Chao Garden? Ugh. A little over a week. And I think... like... I can't think, never mind, but... Yeah, I was gone for a while. Went on vacation. Funny story about that. Originally, my dad was gonna take me to this place called Dollywood, which is a theme park that Dolly Parton, famous American country singer Dolly Parton, owns. But then he says, like, 4 days before I actually leave... Why'd I go in here? 4 days before I actually, you know, like 4 or 5 days before I go on vacation with my family, he's like, actually... What is this doing here? Actually, I've changed... There's been a change of plans. We're not going to Dollywood. We're taking you to Universal Studios. And I said, oh. I see. So, yeah, I ended up going to... That's in Tennessee. Dollywood is in Tennessee, that is correct. I think. It was alright. Yeah, my Universal Studio experience definitely was interesting. Hold up, what? Yeah, I was like, oh! Because this was... Like, cause he planned this out, like... He told me that we were gonna go on vacation, like, a month beforehand, just so I'd have, like, the heads up. So I could tell my, like, employers and stuff, and everyone. He's like, yeah, we're not going to Dollywood anymore, we're going to Universal Studios. Which I was not expecting at all. Where's Freeman? Here he is. Nice to see you. Oh, thank you. Nice to see you're on back watching the stream. So yeah, I'm trying to, I think I was out of town for 5 days? Question mark? Maybe 6? It's all been a blur, really. But, the first day of just trying to get to the place was a trip. Certainly. Can you swim? You can swim. Okay, you're fine. Florida, right? Yep, Florida. I don't think there's any other East Coast locations. There's only the Florida one and the Hollywood one? Or the California one? I don't remember. Anyway. I wake up at like... Because we have to, you know, get on the plane. So, I wake up at like 8 AM. Or was it 7? I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of things. Again, it was kind of all a blur. But... No! Stop it! Actually... Oh, you're tired. You... No, you don't. You hate this. Okay, I'll sorry you. I'll feed you. Where's the food? But anyway, we have to leave early, because you know how planes are. So we are at the airport at like 9 in the morning. I'm very tired. 8:30. Need food? And so we, you know, we go, we eat breakfast at the airport, and, we wait in the lobby. Haven't been on a plane in years, same here. That was like my first... Why is everyone trying to have babies? Stop it. Anyway, as I was saying, we get there early, like at 9. Like, you get through TSA. By the way, while I was, like, putting my bags, I was taking off my shoes, and the TSA dude says, "Oh, you don't have to do that." But it was, like, too late. I already did. I put them in the bag. And the box, little tray, you know? And he's like, "Wait, how old are you?" And I said, I'm 22. He's like, "Oh, I thought you were 12. Because he was trying to- apparently you don't have to take your shoes off and put them in the tray if you're a minor. So that was upsetting. Whoop. Babies is born. Whoa! Oh, I forgot Kid Pick still crawls around. He's just a little guy. Sammy's tiny in everyone's eyes. Yeah, I've been told on multiple occasions by my own father. He says, "You need to change your LinkedIn photo. You look 12. Oh my god, he's radiant! Uh-oh. OBS. But yeah, I regularly get mistaken for a small child. Which is weird, because I'm not short. Was that the internet, or that was the stream? OBS. Okay, stream seems fine now, but anyway. Ooh. We're just born and already having full-on conversations. So proud. Anyway. Yeah, I regularly get mistaken for a child. It's very annoying. Oh, look at Kid Bix. But, yeah, so, like, it's 9:30, we're waiting in the lobby, because we didn't know how long it would take. No, don't fall in the water.
Everything will be okay.
Do not fall in the water, please. You're just a little guy. God, it's so hard to keep track of these little guys while also trying to tell a story. Let me just go and sell this. But... we wait in the lobby. Our plane is supposed to... we're supposed to leave at, like, 11. Like, 11:30. And we got there really early, so we're waiting in there for, like, a few hours. Oh, we got the store. And by the time... and then our plane gets... no! I think we were supposed to leave at, like, 10, actually. And then our plane gets delayed. And then our plane gets delayed again. And I think I mentioned this on the Discord. Like, I was like... I've been at the airport, like... by the time... like, I posted that, I was at the airport, like, all day for at least 6 hours. And... finally, after delaying it multiple times, it's like the afternoon now. And they cancel our plane. So my dad has to go and get another plane ticket. He has to go and refund his plane ticket and did another one. And we have to go through a different airport. Well, it's technically the same airport, but there's a different section, so we have to go through the TSA again. And then wait for longer. And I was really upset because we were supposed to get there, like, the afternoon. We arrive at, like, Florida at, like, 6 o'clock at night. Which is sad because, my dad had also, besides, going to Universal, had got tickets for Cirque du Soleil. Which is this... Uh-oh. No! Stop it! Hitpix! Radiant child! Okay, someone is hungry. Ooh. Good thing I can't afford to go on a plane. It's hellish. It is. Stop it! Okay, you guys think of names for this very bright and radiant child. But, who's crying? Who is crying? Is it you? Are you hungry? Come here. Freeman. But, yeah, because I was really excited to see Cirque du Soleil. Because it's a really cool show. Oh, you guys are talking. Light bulb. It's a good one. Hitpix, please stop drowning yourself. Also, I don't remember when I did this, but I did make him look like Hitpix. Hey, buddy. Cirque du Soleil. It is basically it's a show, like, a performance. It's basically a bunch of, like, elaborate stunts and acrobatics. Like, trapeze, well, there wasn't a trapeze, but there's probably Cirque du Soleil shows with trapeze acts. So a circus, yeah, kind of. There's no clowns, though. Well, actually there was for this one, but sometimes there aren't. There's no guarantee that there's clowns. I mean, there weren't clowns in this one, but there were people who did clown-like activities. You are so chatty, Lightbulb. But, yeah. Thankfully, and this was at Disney Springs, which is technically not... It is part of the, Disney World, or Disneyland, whatever one it is. But you don't have to, like, have tickets. You can just go there, and it's just a bunch of restaurants and stores. And also a big tent that's for Cirque du Soleil. And I was really sad, because... Never been to Disney. I did a very long time ago. Where is Disney? Also in Orlando, Florida. It's like right next to Universal. Are you hungry? You are. But, yeah, it was a very... Good news is, the people at the registers, gave it, like, let us, reschedule since we showed up late. Originally, we were just gonna catch, like, the end of the performance because we were very late. Is that the only Disney on the... I don't know. Probably. I got sidetracked again. Talking is hard. Especially when there's so many things going on in your brain. But yeah, the lady at the counter was nice enough to let us, reschedule our tickets to have it, at the end of our trip instead of the beginning. So I still got to see it, and it was very cool. That'll have to be an entire new stream to explain what happened. Cirque du Soleil, they did some, Family Guy funny moments, with I thought someone was drowning. Family Guy funny moments with, what is the... Not Temple Run, the other show. Subway Surfers. You know those TikToks that have, Family Guy clips and also Subway Surfers at the bottom and, I don't know, so maybe some, slime videos going on in the corner? It felt like that. Except instead of, Family Guy, it was, a man on a tightrope, not even a man on, a string doing flips, and the Subway Surfers was, people jumping on trampolines. Stop drowning yourself, please. Okay, we need to get them some Chaos Drives. And the slime video was, some goofy clowns in the background doing hilarious and mischievous antics. It was crazy. There was so much going on at once. Florida isn't exactly trans-friendly. A bunch of... I don't know. I've never been to the circus. Well, I have, but it was, years ago, and I only got to see the first half of it.
Stage select.
We need Chaos Drives or Kid Picks.
Intruder alert. Assume level 1 defense formation.
You see, Cirque du Soleil is different because it's, it is, performance, but it's less, wacky and goofy. Well, there is some wackiness and goofy to it. It's more avant-garde. It's it's French. It's French. That's what it is. It's French. It's like if the circus was French. Anyway. Eggman is back in the building. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll talk more about the Cirque du Soleil later, because... So, yeah, and then we have to take an Uber all the way to the, hotel that we're staying at. It's mimes. Yeah, they don't talk. No one talks in Cirque du Soleil. No, they do, except it's pre-recorded voice lines that play in the background. It's for plot relevance only. I think a total of 2 characters speak, and they usually say 1 to 2 word sentences. I've never taken an Uber. Me too. The first Uber we took to drive us to our hotel, the guy did not speak any English, but he was very nice nonetheless. He's like, sorry, I do not speak English well. But he did offer us some water and some hand sanitizer. So that was nice of him. Okay, we have enough Chaos Res.
Stage select. Character select.
Anyway. So, our Uber does not take us... Oh, but they're at the airport. The Orlando airport is crazy. It's, huge. It's so huge that they have a little train in the middle of it to take you to one part of it to the other. And it's got, a little cool fancy lights at the station. It's doing some Back to the Future stuff. So some crazy lights. And you get to, and I could see, around. I got to see all the palm trees. It was a fun little ride before you even get to the park. And you weren't even at the park. It was just the airport, and it had a fun little ride with lights and a nice view. And then we also got to see... Who is crying? Oh, you're crying. My mom usually drives to Florida. Oh, you're crying and then... Oh my god. Don't do it! I'll feed you. It's weird seeing no winter clothes. Stop trying to drown yourself. I said stop! These children are unwieldy. Okay. I said stop! I'm also wondering what we should, evolve our new little light bulb boy into. On the model, I know. I am busy though, but when I get the chance, I do need to remake my model still. But yeah, we go to the, we finally get to the hotel, and then I pass out. And that was my first day, just being miserable at the airport. I did get to look out the plane window, and that was fun. It was cloudy, so when I Sammy Chao model, oh, that'd be fun. I keep reading chat and getting distracted on what I was saying. My mind is a constant struggle of not knowing what I'm doing and saying at any given time. Can you walk now? No. My mom, she, really loves Harry Potter. Thankfully, she reads other books, but she still really loves Harry Potter. And that's how I became ADHD, it really is. There is, like, 40 things going on inside my brain at any given moment. And, if someone adds just one more thing, like if someone talks in chat while I'm mid-conversation, I will read it, I will start thinking of 40 different other things, and I will forget what I was saying, like, seconds earlier. Fun fact about me. What? What was that? Anyway, my mom really likes Harry Potter. So, the first thing she wanted to do... But he just did it too. She wanted to go to the Harry Potter world. And... so we did. And here's the thing about Harry Potter World. There is a ride called Hagrid's, I don't know, motorcycle adventure or whatever. It doesn't really matter what it's called. It's a ride where Hagrid, the big man who likes animals, takes you on a little motorcycle ride. It has one of the longest wait times. Oh. I think you already have max, or you can already walk at level 2. Dang, your speed set is high. Who is drowning? It picks! Anyway. A lot of Hagrid fans. It's also just apparently a very popular ride. And, one of the reasons why the wait time is so long, or another reason, is because, this is one of the only rides that does not accept FastPass. You have to wait the whole line, and we were in that line for a solid hour. And that's because, and it probably would have been longer, because that was the first thing we went to, like, crack of the morning as soon as the park opened. Literally, we booked it over to Hagrid's roller coaster adventure. FastPass, basically, you can pay the park more to get, like, you pay the park more to get a pass that lets you get priority on the rides. It basically gets a separate line that gets priority and lets you get on rides faster for extra money. And my dad, of course, did buy those because he wanted to have the best vacation ever with his daughters and his wife. He's like, apparently he did this because he got a promotion and he wanted to, like, he's like, this is an excuse to have a really good time with my family. And that was very sweet of him. Here's the thing. I haven't been on a roller coaster in probably, I don't know, at least a decade. Probably not a decade, but I've not been on a roller coaster in years. And the ones I have been were at the state fair and were nowhere near this level. So, oh, by the way, before I get to the story about actually getting on, while we were in line, and at least while you're in line, they give you a bunch of stuff to look at. You go through, like, a little castle, and you get to look at, like, mythical animal documents. So that's kind of cool. Whoop. Why'd he do that? But, while we were waiting in line, there was this woman who just kind of started freaking out and was, like, having a medical emergency, and the people in her group didn't know what to do. They were right next to an emergency exit. I don't know why they didn't take it. They went, like, the long way around out. It was very strange and kind of concerning, and it was a ominous message of things to come. So, I get on the ride. I'm like, okay, it's a Harry Potter ride. It's just gonna be, like, a goofy little jaunt. I'm gonna look at some dragons and unicorns and whatnot. And, Hagrid will be there, and it's on this motorcycle. Like, they strap you in, but you are, like, sitting in, like, a motorcycle with a little passenger seat. And my mom wanted the passenger seat, and she's like, Sammy, you can ride with me, and you can ride on the motorcycle, and you actually have to, like, well, you don't have to, I guess, but you probably should grab onto something, and I grab onto the handles. Like, you grab onto the handles of the motorcycle. You can't drive or anything, it's still on a track, but you grab onto the handles. And I'm expecting this thing to go, like, it's, again, a Harry Potter ride. I'm not expecting this thing to go fast, I'm just expecting us to, like, take us around, show us the dragons, show us, like, the monster, Catpix! And just have a fun little jaunt. I thought this was for children. So, pro tip. If you ever do go here, and go on Hagrid's crazy roller coaster adventure, if you are unsure about roller coasters, do not sit in the driver's seat of the motorcycle. Get in the passenger seat, where you have a little bit more, like, you feel at least a little bit more secure, and please stop doing that. Awful noise, really. But I can't stop you, I suppose. This thing blasts off. Like, I was expecting to go fast, but I wasn't expecting it to, like go like a rocket. I was expecting a leisurely cruise, not, like, blasting down the highway, outrunning the police level speeds. It's crazy. I am gripping onto the handles of that motorcycle for dear life. And my mom's going, wee, woohoo! And I am just terrified out of my mind because I am getting flung in every direction and I am just horrified because it feels like I'm going to fall off this thing. And it starts going sideways. Like, it turns me at a 90-degree angle. It's doing well, it's not doing loops, but it's doing spins. There's a giant spider at some point. I don't remember. Kidpix, please stop trying to kill yourself. Okay, I need to get him. Well, I need to wake up. Where is Freeman? I need to give him his power drives. Yeah, I'm wondering how it, because it's ridiculously fast. Because I didn't see any, like, loop-de-loops, I didn't see any crazy... From the outside, it doesn't look that crazy. Like, you're expecting the ones with, like, triple loops and, like, spinning you 160 degrees to go be the ones crazy fast. This one's just kind of like a flat track. But no, it goes crazy. And I'm terrified. And at one point, you're basically going directly up, and the track stops. You go directly up, and the track stops. And then you go straight, it takes you in reverse, and you go straight back down. And then you stop, and you're like, and you barely have time to recover before, it doesn't even, like, you don't go down, it literally drops you. It drops you from where you are to another part of the track. It just drops. And then it, like, there's a dragon that breathes fire on you, and then it's blasting you off immediately again. And then we finally get to the end. And, like... Also, I was in the very front. So I had, like, a full view of what was coming. Yeah, my mom's like, woo! Woo! When we finally get to the end of the track, where, like, the carts, like, you can get off the carts, I was, like, still holding on. Like, I had a death grip on those handles. Why are you doing that? Stop it. Like, at 10 seconds, probably my dad said I was just there for 10 seconds just gripping onto the handles. Because I was, like, literally frozen. I did not scream in terror, I did not scream in joy, I was dead silent the entire time that was happening. Just with a death grip on the handles. Because I was, like, legitimately terrified of falling off. But yeah. So after that ordeal, where I'm, like, shaking, I can barely maintain balance. Because, like, I'm just pumped full of adrenaline. Mom's like, okay, next ride. It's Harry Potter's Magical Adventure or whatever. That was the first ride of the day, and immediately we're going to the next ride. We go to Harry's Magic Adventure ride or whatever. Like, I'm just like, I'm shell-shocked. I'm just kind of like... And I'm following my parents around and my sister. Come here. When we get to Harry's ride, I've barely, like, recovered from the first ride. You weren't here for the sweet baby ink debacle? No, I wasn't. What happened while I was gone? Anyway, but before... Yeah, exactly what happened during the Star incident. I'm just, like... dead silence. By the way, that ride takes your picture. And... in my picture, my mom's going, whoa! And I'm, like, have the handles. I'm, like, leaned forward with a death grip. Completely, like, blank expression, wall-eyed in the picture. Yeah, I did have the 1,000-yard stare in that image. Have you been on- Yes! Oh, yes, that was the one where the screen one. That ride's very interesting, because it's like half virtual, half real roller coaster. It takes you in front of a screen, and it spins you, like, and shakes you around to emulate what's happening on the screen. Then it takes you to, like, a real part of the roller coaster where a bunch of animatronics, like, and animatronics go boo. And that one's really funny because, you're fighting the Death Eaters or whatever, and it's just a bunch of skeletons. You just see a bunch of skulls everywhere. My son is so talented. Big character on the stream. Yeah, I might. It's spinning around, it's shaking you. There's skulls, there's a giant spider. I think another dragon breathes fire at you at some point. And it's taking you to another part that shakes with a screen that shakes you around. And then it takes you to, like, I don't know what it is. Friggin' whatever. And then it takes you back to the entrance. It shakes you around, and there's a screen with a lot of effects, and there's noises, and there's so much happening on that ride. That's how I learned I have motion sickness. That was the second and only ride of that day. Because after that, I immediately threw up. Yay! So, that's how I learned I get motion sickness from those type of rides. And I had to go home, not go home, but I had to go back to the hotel and spend the rest of the day sleeping. So yeah, that was fun. It was very embarrassing because you know how when you're done with the ride, usually they, like, drop you off, like, the exit of the ride is usually at a gift shop? So I walk in the gift shop, I get to, like, the very exit of it, like the doorway, and immediately throw up, and the cashier just kind of looks at me, because I'm right next to the cashier, too. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Because I am, one, terrified of, because I just rode 2 rides that were very distressing. Well, one because it would make me ill, and the other because it was like, I thought I was going to fall off and die. I was about to have, like, be on an episode of Defunct Land. And the Universal rides are so good. Oh. I only got to ride, like, 2 of them. So, I got to experience 2, and it was a bad time. Whoa! Damn. Light bulb's powerful. Anyway. So yeah, I sit on a bench and my dad agrees to take me home. Not home, but back to the hotel. And I sleep the rest of the day. It was... So yeah, the first 2 days of my vacation did not go very well because my flight got delayed and I missed plans for the first day. And the second day I rode 2 whole rides before throwing up. And I didn't get really see most of the park because we kind of booked it to immediately to Harry Potter so we could get on Hagrid's ride. So yeah, no, not shy. You have a different name, yes. No, that's not what I meant. Kino, no, I don't want gambling. What happened on this 3rd day? Ow, my eyes. Light. Oh, that won't fit. Light bulb. What do you think? Any other suggestions? Oh, what happened the second day? I'm trying to remember. Because I did actually do stuff the second day. Oh. What are we naming? The very bright and radiant child that's very powerful. Did your motion sickness happen on Sunday? What day did I get there? Yes, it did. It did happen on Sunday. How did you know? Sun song? Maybe. Also, let me look at what the... While I look at that, I need to look something up. That day I went to practice with my friends on their bike. Sunday. It is Sunday today as well. Anyway. What was I saying? The second light kid. I do like light bulb. Light bulb. Whoa! Where am I? Help! What's happening? Why'd that happen? Oh no, I'm trying to remember what's happening. I think light bulb. Legally named light bulb. But called light bulb. As the characters don't fit. Here's a very interesting thing about these Chao. And why he's radiant. I know why he's very radiant. That's because we bred a bright Chao like Freeman and Marsh with a regular Chao with, oops, like, a regular colored Chao like Spike and what's her name again? Yume. Right. Stop it. And right, okay, I was explaining the bright Chao. These are called bright Chao. It's supposed to be a... What's the funniest, Chao name here? Cryptocurrency. But this is supposed to be a regular two-tone Chao. In fact, in the GameCube, was it the GameCube? The GameCube version, this looks like a combination... Oh, you don't remember cryptocurrency? Hey everybody, it's been a while since we've seen these guys. Where is he? Whoa! This is cryptocurrency. Anyway. This is that was cryptocurrency. Well, not that. That was Gumpin, Echo. But that's cryptocurrency. He loves to scam. And he's very funny for it. Stop trying to drown yourself! Oh. You're being very rude with that, you know? We're trying to sleep. Stop it! Back to the Bright Chao explanation. Right. Normally in the intentionally in the GameCube version, this is just supposed to look like one of these guys, you know, with the with the multiple colors and with I haven't shown Chao. I'm surprised I don't have one, considering they're probably the first ones you probably should get, like the another Chao breed. Which two-tone Chao look like a regular Chao, like regular solid colored Chao. Like Kid Pix, he's solid pink. He doesn't have any other colors, he's just pink. And if you breed a solid colored Chao, a monochrome Chao, like Kid Picks here, who's solid pink, with a regular colored Chao, it will have... Usually, it will create a two-tone Chao, which looks like this, kind of like this, multiple colors, except instead of, like, having this green, it'll be overlaid with, like, a pink color instead. Like, you know, he's kind of greenish. Instead of greenish, he'd be pinkish. Like that. He would look the same, actually, because he's already pink. He would have, like, the white part would be, like, a bright pink, and the blue parts would be, like, a purplish color. Kind of like that. That's a two-tone Chao. And in the GameCube version, if you bred a shiny monochrome color Chao, shiny Chao, like Freeman or Marsh here, what's supposed to happen is that exact same thing, but with the shiny texture as well, overlaid on top of that as well. For some reason, in the PC and PlayStation 3 versions of the game, that does not happen. Instead, you get this. You get this very bright, very radiant Chao. And a thing that's really interesting, you know how you can't really see any color differentiations despite being a two-tone Chao? Like, he looks like a solid color? I mean, if you look very closely, you might be able to see it, but it's like he's too bright. Like, you really can't tell. Like, he's not a solid color, actually. He has multiple colors. They're just so bright and radiant you can't see it. For some reason, if they have a dark alignment, and you might not be able to tell if they're a baby. Maybe. You might be able to. Oh! See? He's changing. And you're thinking, Sammy, you bred a bright white blue Chao with it. And a regular Chao, why is he bright red? Actually, why is he bright red? I don't know. So yeah, the dark Chao, they do this. Their bodies, like, become a completely different color. It replaces the black on their bodies with a completely different color. And the white parts of them glow. I don't know why he's pink right now. It might just be because the baby Chao in particular have really weird texture complications, because they have to account for, like, 3 different alignments at once. But, yeah. And what should happen, unless I've somehow gotten... That can't happen, right? I'm trying to think, is that possible that I got a super unlikely case scenario on the first try without happening? But, anyway. So yeah, what usually the parts of the body of the dark Chao would be black, are now, like, a solid color depending on what color you bred the Chao with, and, like, bright white, like, tips of their bodies and stuff, which is very cool looking. But if you raise them to be a neutral or hero Chao, they do just keep that radiant look to them. But I do like the dark Chao when they look like this, it's very cool. Another type of Chao that is very interesting, which I'm not sure if I got by complete accident or not, is kind of like the default color Chao? Oh, you're on the tunes again! So... like, not Z, the original series, a lot different than I was expecting, yeah. Well, it was a really different show, wasn't it? I hadn't seen much of it. But... oh, you're hungry? You know how, there's a bunch of colors for Chao, like pink, purple, orange, light blue, all those. The default color of the Chao right here is technically a color, like an actual color in the game. And, as you know, like, the default color of- whoop. Got distracted by his meal. The color of the Chao, like, depending on their alignment and their type, it changes. You can technically get a solid version, like Kid picks, or a shiny version in the case of, like, Freeman or Marsh here. Like, a solid version of that, but with the default color. If you, like, breed certain Chao in a specific way. And what has to happen is you have to breed a regular Chao and a default, like a flat colored Chao, like shiny or flat colored. And they have to create, because you know, remember how we bred, I forget who Marsh's parents are. But, like, Marsh's parents were also a shiny color and a normal colored Chao. But Marsh came out, like, shiny colored, because that's just how genetics work sometimes. But Marsh... this is great. Marsh still technically has that gene for a normal colored Chao in there. Oh! Oh no! I'm so sorry! Okay, we're not playing as Shadow anymore. I'm sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Okay. Marsh still has that genetic, so he has both the genes for a solid colored shiny Chao and a regular colored Chao. And I'm trying to remember. We bred him with a Chao whose parents were also, I don't know if that takes into account, but Spike's parents were two normal colored Chao. And because of how the genetics work, if the genes just happen to line up the right way, you can have a Chao with the default colors, but is completely flat. Like flat color, like one solid color. And basically it just changes color slowly over time throughout its life, which is very cool. And I think, I'm not sure if I got it or not, but I think we might have accidentally gotten that. This is not the right number. Oh well. Because these are all deactivated, so they don't have any Chaos Drives in them. They're shoot at for fun. Plastic duck game with Chao. Oh, that'd be cool. Level kind of sucks for farming Chaos Drives, actually.
Stage select.
This level.
Intruder alert. Assume level 1 defense formation.
What was I saying? It might... Lightbulb also just might look like that because that's how, the baby Chao look like as their children. But if not, we might have gotten like a very rare Chao just by complete accident. Because another part of getting that Chao is, it is completely luck-based. Like, because unless you, like, use a editor to see what the Chao's genetics look like, you don't actually know if the genetics worked out to create that type of Chao. I just love the very intricate genetic system that the Chao Garden has. They didn't have to do that, but they did.
Level 2 security door breach. Level 2 security door breach.
You know those Punnett squares you learned in school? For genetics and stuff? The Chao Garden uses that. Because I was one of the only kids in class who liked, the Punnett squares. And like, the genetics. I was like, oh man, this is just like Sonic Adventure 2 Chao Garden. It's like I'm really there. Because I knew. The genetics and the Punnett squares are so important to my video gamer needs. Everyone hated those squares. I don't know why, they were fun to me. It's like the world's easiest game of Sudoku. Get him! That line cracks me up. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You guys learned this in middle school or high school or whatever, right? Say yes. Alright, HMOs. Anyway. Learned what in school? No one was paying attention to what I was saying. The Punnett squares, you know, the ones that... You know, the ones that show, like... I was gonna say possessive and recessive. Not it. Dominant and submissive, recessive genes. Sorry, I was thinking about one meme. I was thinking about this meme where a guy says that in class where they're learning about Punnett squares and he accidentally calls them dominant and submissive genes. And as I was saying that, I remembered it and I accidentally said it. Now, I seem like the weird guy in that meme. Not dominant and submissive, it's dominant and recessive. This is important. I became that guy. You didn't see anything about genetics in your school?
Stage select.
Anyway, I was talking about the Punnett squares because I thought they were really fun because they were just like Sonic Adventure 2 Chao Garden because those use like actual genetics and stuff for the Chao to determine their appearance. And I was the only kid in school who liked them. I have never heard of anyone else actually liking the Punnett squares. I thought they were fun. Again, they are the world's easiest Sudoku puzzle. And I felt so smart for filling them out and being able to determine what each of the genetics meant. I'm like, okay, so this means they'll have brown hair, and that means they'll have blonde hair. Why am I Eggman? I don't remember selecting this character. Oh well. No, I don't want to exit from the Chao Garden. Thank God, I'm not the only one. Eggman cannot jump. Alright. Why does he move like that? I don't know. Alright. Where's Kid Pix? Where is my son? Where's my beautiful baby boy? Where is he? Oh, seriously, where is he? Kid Pix! Is he up there? I know they spawn up there sometime. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. I'm going to learn how to swim. Why is Eggman all loud in here? Oh god, I forgot his hitboxes are so massive that doing the glitch is like significantly different from other characters. Because he's so large that the camera has to move to a different position than all the other characters to account his size, and it's very jarring to do the glitch. Okay, let me give it to the other guy, actually. Bob. Happy St. Pat- Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day? Oh, man. Oh, my nose itches. Bleh. Anyway. I got completely distracted. I was supposed to be talking about my vacation. Come here. I decided that you're going to swim, actually. Chao garden is human-sized. That is weird. Well, to be fair, like, in the modern day, Chao live along humans as well. Because they live in, like, one of the Chao gardens in the first game is literally just in a hotel lobby. Yeah, I'm not wearing any green either. A leprechaun's gonna get me. I don't think I've celebrated St. Patrick's Day since, like, preschool. I'm not exactly Irish. Anyway, the second day of my vacation, we sleep in because we're not hearing anything about St. Patrick. I mean, you guys aren't Irish. And I doubt... Does Argentina have a large section of Irish immigrants or descendants? Argentina's on fire as usual, I mean... Oh, you do actually? Huh. I didn't know that. I've learned a new Argentinian fact. You have to be in to celebrate. That is true, but like... Also... I don't drink. And, again, not Irish. I don't know anyone who does celebrate it. Argentina between 1819 and 1960 was essentially an immigrant hub from everywhere. Oh! That's a cool fact. Now it's the only other country of the Mercosur? I don't know what that is. I know America was also like that. It still is. That's why it's called the melting pot. Mercosur. Mercosur. What is Mercosur? Mercosur. Mercosur? Sir? Someone's hungry. Ah, I see. An alliance. Someone was hungry, but now I can't find them. Oh. Oh, it's an, like, I see. South American. I see. Oh, I didn't know about that either. I know that America does have, like, well, it has populations of, like, a lot of places. To be fair, I also forgot that, like, when St. Patrick's Day was, I was a bit distracted this week. Or last week. What week is it? Anyway. Back to... On the second day of, like, actually being at Universal. Watch Iris movies. But anyway, the second day of Universal. I'm in no means to ride any roller coasters. In fact, I don't ride any more roller coasters, really, until, like, the very end of the day. I mean, not the very end, but the very last day we were there. But, so instead of going on the roller coasters, my parents... There's other things to do at Universal besides ride roller coasters. For instance, there is a animal show called Animal Actors, where they show you how animals train and perform for movies, and that was very fun. There was a bunch of pigeons flying around, and I jokingly said, haha, oh look, because it's an outdoor area with, like, just a roof over it. Marco is a reference to the Alliance being about merchantries. Oh, so it's like a trading alliance. So everyone has fair prices. I see. That's really interesting. History. Who is hungry? I hear someone being hungry. Who wants food? Is it you? Stop drowning! There were a lot of dumb wars about, one country selling- I see. So a pretty good alliance, then. It hopefully puts a stop to that. Anyway, let's get some more Chaos Drives. What was I saying?
Stage select.
Did so far. The animal show is cute. As I was saying, there were a bunch of pigeons flying around, and I joked, haha, look, the pigeons want to be a part of the show, and it turns out they were, in fact, part of the show. They just, like, hung out in the stands, though, because they were just pigeons, I guess. Literally just pigeons. They had, like, a little coop that they would fly up to at the end, and they just hung out around there. They were not caged in or anything, they just hung out. Yeah, it was very fun. We, one of the craziest things, they have, like, chickens and ducks perform. They didn't do anything crazy. But they knew where to run and go. Oh yeah, oops. You can give them the fruit back. It saves, like, how far they've eaten. So you can give them the fruit back and they'll finish eating it. They'll just be like a smaller fruit. Yeah, but how do you train chickens and ducks? How does that work? Again, didn't do anything crazy, but they did, like, run from one place to another, like, seemingly on command. They did- oh, a really cool thing, to get birds, like, you know those flying shots of, like, birds flying around? Ow. apparently to get shot like that, they green screen a bird in, and they have a bird fly in front of a fan with a green screen behind it. And it was very cool. It's just a giant fan, and they glide in front of it, basically. There was a dog that you could ask it to get, like, a specific thing from a box. Like, any article of clothing. And the kid asked for a hat, and the dog got a hat. I didn't know what else was in the box, but probably there was some sunglasses and a shirt. What else? They showed us how they, get animals to look like... They show us the CGI process for animals, mouth moving for talking animals in movies and live-action movies. That was cool. Some other stuff that I don't remember, and it would be too hard to explain. There was some, like, funny dog tricks. There was an otter. That was cool. There was a skunk and a porcupine that they hadn't trained. Again, what I mean by, like, animal actors performing tricks is most of the animals were just, like, they knew how to be there and not freak out and, like, move from one place to another on command. Which, I mean, is still pretty impressive for an animal, especially the wild ones. But, that was cool. And my dad also... There was another show, because again, Universal is more than just rides. Another show was, The Bourne Experience, or whatever. This is Jason Bourne. It was a stunt show. No, it was the Bourne Stunt-tacular. And my dad wanted to see it because apparently it was very cool. And we got in line and we waited and we finally got there. There was a warning that said, be careful, caution to people with motion sickness. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I will not be seeing this. I'm kind of glad I didn't at the time. I mean, I probably want to see it one day, because apparently it's very impressive. It's like half a movie, half... Because it's a giant screen... Oh, we made it to the end of the level. It is a giant movie screen. Not even movie screen. It's a bunch of TV screens, like, connected to each other. Oh, we got it to the end of the level. That's a new one. I did it! Yay. Probably an F, because I went slow, because I was looking for chaos drives. C! Oh.
That was easy.
Okay, then.
Stage select.
But, it's both live action and, like, screens. So, like, there's stuff happening on screens to make it look more real, like, to have the actual explosions and stuff. And, this is, again, I'm getting this all secondhand from my dad. Like, car chases. And I guess there's, like, a treadmill or so, or, like, the stage moves. So you can still see them, so they don't just run off stage. So they're, like, running, but they don't, like, run off stage when they're getting, like, there's chase sequences and stuff. And apparently, they do, like, real-life slow motion, where basically, I'm guessing there's, like, wires and stuff. But, like, it does a slow motion sequence, except it's, like, real people on stage. I don't know how. My dad just said, like, he's dodging bullets in slow motion and doing flips in slow motion. Which I don't know how that works, but he apparently did that. They're also... I wonder if it's looked good or funny bad. My dad was really impressed, and a lot of the reviews say it's really good. There's a lot of fight sequences, apparently. A guy, like, gets thrown down a flight of stairs. Someone falls through the floor multiple times. Like, there's guns and explosions and maybe a car chase. I don't know. I don't know how they get a car out there. That might have been just be the TV screen. And you follow Jason Bourne around the world.
Character select.
My dad thought it was really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it. My mom had to wait out with me. Because she felt bad about me being alone. And we looked around at all the gift shops and stuff. And, like, looked at all the things around Universal. What the? What has been? Someone's birthday. Oh. Whoa! Teleported! Oh. Anything nice or affordable? Yes, I did get a souvenir. I'll talk about that later. Universal, by the way, has a Hello Kitty store. And it's very funny. Because, it's got, like, Hello Kitty and, like, movie character costumes. So, like, there's one where she's the kid from E.T. and she's riding E.T. on a bike. There's a shirt where she's, the Jaws poster, except she's the one swimming. Get Bix! There's one where she's Marty McFly. I think there's one where she's, like, the girl from the Psycho movie, and she's the, like, the one screaming in the shower. She's like, ah! Very funny stuff.
Everything will be okay.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, right, there was another show, where it shows you a show where they go over the history of practical monster makeup for the monster movies. Like the classic Universal monster movies, like Wolfman and Dracula and Frankenstein and all that. Why is there a birthday cake? Yes, that's a mod. Chao birthdays. Cinnamon roll is cuter than Hello Kitty. The cinnamon roll was there. There was cinnamon roll cinnamon roll merchandise as well, and Karopi and what's his name? What's the little yellow dog's name? Pom Pom Purin. He was there as well at the store. And Kuromi and I forget the other one. Anyway. We got to watch it was a comedy show about how they did, it was both a comedy show and act about how they did, like, practical effects for monster movies and horror movies and stuff. Funny yellow dog was Kim's. Not Keem's. Kim's, or whatever that dog's name is. But it was really funny. They showed us how they, like, did old stabbing sequences and cutting sequences. Like, they had this volunteer. They brought a volunteer from the audience. Her name was... I don't remember her name.
Everything will be okay.
Renee. Poor Renee. Who is a tourist from China. And she was so very nervous about these two crazy women. Because she's like, okay, Renee, I'm going to cut your arm off. Hope you don't mind. Can you swim now? Go, my son. You can. I'm so proud. And they pretend to cut her arm off with, like, the knife going in and the fake blood and everything. And they showed it how the knife works. It's very cool.
Everything will be okay.
And they showed us... There's this movie called, like, American Werewolf in England or whatever, or London. It's not a good movie. I don't think anyone actually likes this movie, but it did. It did, however, have a very impressive, technical, like, practical effects, scene at the time. Where at the time, like, most monster transformation sequences, like, were either, like, stop motion, or they had to cut away and show the, the other character's reaction to it, and then cut back to him fully transformed. But this was, like, one of the first movies to utilize, like, animatronics in a transformation sequence, where, like, and they show the animatronic, like, the actual head of the werewolf, like, changing, where, like, his mouth would, like, start to extend into a wolf mouth, and, like, the forehead would shift. It was very cool. It was American Werewolf in London, I think. Or something. And they showed us, like, how famous actors in very old horror movies did their makeup. And the final act was the funniest, because it fooled me. They were like, okay, now we're gonna show you this cool animatronic. And it's like, and they hooked it up to, they got Renee out again, poor Renee. They're like, Renee! Come hook up this dubious contraption to yourself, please. I'm sorry we tried to pretend to cut off your arm earlier. What's at the store? And they showed, like, they pulled the curtains to show this creepy werewolf animatronic. And it's like, okay, what you have, your movements, like, when you move your arm, the wolf's arm will move, and then when you move, like, bow, the wolf will bow. I'm like, oh wow, and they're like, this is how they, got the raptors to move in Jurassic Park. Okay. And I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know that. And as they ended the show, they're like, okay everyone, thanks for watching the show. The animatronic comes alive and chases, off one of the people on the stage and, mauls her in the back. Because it wasn't an animatronic, I was duped. It was in fact a guy in a costume. They lied to me. Can you believe that? But yeah. Well, I did not go on any cool rides. I did, like, get to look at a bunch of things at Universal. I got to look at all, like, a bunch of, like, cool statues and, like, monuments. They have, like, a replica of Hollywood. Like, this... what's it called? The one with all those famous actors' names on the stars on the street? We gotta see... My mom was, like, pointing out all the names of the actors on the stars and telling me about each and every single one. And I was very interested. Unfortunately, I forgot everything she told me. Woollywood, I think? No. Hollywood, you mean? I know what... No, not... Was it the Walk of Stars? Or whatever? It's not even the real one, it's just a recreation. They had a... What's it... They had a little restaurant with a giant shark that was Jaws, like, fished out and, like, on display that you could take your picture with. We got to see that. And... something I did not know. Fake Hollywood. No, it wasn't fake. Well, technically was fake Hollywood. but it was a recreation of Hollywood. Hollywood Walk? I don't know, Hollywood Boulevard? I didn't mean to pick that one up. I don't know. Here's the thing, I don't remember anything. I do not retain information except for all knowledge of Sonic Adventure 2.
Level 1 security
Chao
door
mode.
breach. Emergency formation. Intercept intruder.
But, there was also, I forget, there's another place. It wasn't Hollywood, it was somewhere else. San Francisco, maybe? I don't remember. There was, like, this cool little area, and, something I completely forgot. March is just not, for,
Level 2 security door breach.
March is not just for, St. Patrick's Day. I forgot that throughout, like, through late February to, like, early April, it's Mardi Gras. And they were doing, like, their own little Mardi Gras parade for the entire month. And I got to experience my very first, and maybe only, hopefully not only, Mardi Gras. I got some beads thrown at, I caught some beads. Like, they were throwing beads off the float, there was all sorts of dancers, it was very fun, I'm glad I got to experience it. It was new. I completely forgot that was gonna happen, it was very exciting. What is that? Mardi Gras is... It is a celebration. It's basically a 1 month-long celebration and parade and party that happens in usually New Orleans. I think New Orleans is mostly known for it. I think it does not really happen where I live. I don't know the reason for it. I'm not... But it is, like, something that happens in New Orleans. I'd have to look up the whole story about it. But it's basically one big parade and dance and party. No, actually, no, I'm gonna look it up. Where... Now, because it's gonna bother me if I don't know where... Mardi Gras. M-A-R... Not now. M-A-R-D-I-G space... G-R-A-S. What is Mardi Gras and why is it celebrated? Mardi Gras is the French name for Carnival, the day before Ash Wednesday and the start of Lent. Since Lent is a period of fasting, the reflection commemorating the 40 days that Christ was in the wilderness, Mardi, Tuesday, Gras, is the last day for the feasting and fun. Is French for Fat Tuesday. And basically one whole big celebration. Mardi Gras. The festival season varies from city to city, as some traditions, such as the one in New Orleans, Louisiana, it's French. And it happens before the fasting and religious obligations associated with the season of Lent. Oh, it happens in the United Kingdom. I didn't know that. Oh no, that's Pancake Day. Which is kind of for the same reason. Oh, it happens in Belgium, the Czech Republic, and Germany, and Italy. Okay. Mardi Gras in New Orleans, specifically. Let's look at that. It's celebrated in southern Louisiana, including the city of New Orleans, and it's concentrated for about 2 weeks through Shrove Tuesday, which is like the day of fasting, the day of Ash Wednesday. It is a Christian tradition. We've read that already. And it's one big carnival. And basically there's a bunch of floats and stuff. Come on, give me like a... I don't need to know when it starts. It has parades and masquerade balls, and it's organized by social clubs. Just tell me what happens in it. Okay, Wikipedia is not helping. And it's so like you wear the colors green and yellow and purple and sometimes white and gold. And you get all extravagant fancy costumes and you party. And usually you get incredibly drunk. Wikipedia is overcomplicates and I can't give like a good summary of it. But basically it is another religious holiday that transforms into a crazy party. I forgot about March 14th being special. Is it? Again, I don't celebrate it because I don't live in New Orleans. So I only know, like, vaguely how it works. I just know there is a crazy party, people are very drunk, beads are thrown around.
Level 5 security door breach. Switch to emergency defense mode. Lock down final security door.
People making up holidays for random. Yeah, it is true. Oh yeah. While I was very sick and I couldn't experience any of the rides, I did get to have some fun still, with like all the little shows and acts. And, Mardi Gras and whatnot. Another fun thing that happened on the third day. Why does my nose itch? Ugh. On the third day, we went to the Jurassic Park section of the park. That was fun because they have, it was really funny, the raptor encounter, which is basically just you take a picture with an animatronic velociraptor, but the person who's hosting it and the raptor are very funny because they're like, we're not liable if this thing kills you, by the way, because they pretend it's a real raptor, and it is also very fun to pretend it's a real raptor. And what I didn't know is, because there's, like, they pretend it's a real animal, like, even, because when they take breaks, like, because there's, like, 10-minute breaks, usually, between sessions, and they're like, oh, Blue, which is the name of the raptor, she's acting very aggressive, and we have to take a break. We don't know if she'll be able to go back on stage. It's all an act, but it's to stay in character. So that was fun. I did not die, thankfully. I did have to run from the raptor, though. Because the lady's like, okay, when I say on the count of 3, I want you all to book it. I want you to run as fast as possible. But, yeah. What cool thing, I knew it was animatronic, but what I didn't know, which I wouldn't have saw, because we had to wait in line for longer because we got in line as soon as the break started, so we had to wait a little bit. The raptor actually moves. Like, it walks, which I did not know, and it might just be on, like, a rail that you can't see because it's, like, covered by bushes, because you can only really see the top half of it. Can you swim? Swim for me. Cool. But, like, when it's time for it to take a break, it turns around and walks away, and before they close, like, the curtains and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know it actually, like, moved around. Well, it does move around, but I didn't know it walks around, you know? But yeah, the raptor was very funny, very entertaining to watch. So that was cool. And my dad felt bad that my mom had to miss out on the Jason Bourne experience. So, she and my sister, went back. My sister got to watch it twice, and my mom got to watch it with her. While my dad walked around with me, because I still did not want to risk throwing up again. And, while we were out, because my dad was also tired and he wanted to just chill out with me. It's when one of the kids disappeared that they realized that it wasn't an animatronics and they actually did revive her after. Oh no. What a twist. But, while we were just hanging out in, like, a little park section, on a bench, we got to see in the distance Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. People were taking pictures with them. You good, man? He's having a bit of trouble. And then what's his name? Megatron came out, and my dad's like, ooh, I want to take a picture with Megatron. And while my dad's, like, handing over the phone and showing that he got, like, a photo pass so we could get, like, cool pictures, souvenirs. While my dad's, like, working with it, Megatron— this is a huge costume, by the way. It's, like, at least 10 feet tall. And, like, moving, and it's got lasers, and Megatron, he's very in character, because while my dad has his back turned, Megatron is, like, ominously stomping towards me. I'm like, Dad, Megatron's trying to kill me. And he has, like, these voice lines on a computer that will play. It was very fun. What are you doing? Buddy. So yeah, I got to take a picture with Megatron. My dad's like, I want to see if you can, like, put it— I want to take a picture of him with his massive, like, doom claw around my neck. I wonder if they'll let me do that. He did not do that. No, Lightbulb's doing it as well. I suddenly imagine he was a child. I swear I'm 22 years old, soon to be 23. And I have a college degree and everything. I have a driver's license, I can legally vote, I can legally drink. I swear I'm not baby. I just look like it and sometimes act like it. The other part of me wants to go the other part. Oh no, it's like super expensive. The only reason my dad took us there, I think, was one, because it will probably be a once in a life— well, not once in a lifetime, but like a very long time until we, ever go to do something like that again. And two, it's because he got a raise, like a really big raise at his job, and he wanted to celebrate. Because, in his words, because I got a raise, I can spend all this money, so instead of feeling like I am going broke and losing a lot of money, it just feels like I didn't get a raise at all. Which I guess is one way of thinking about it. But yeah. So, I still got to do plenty of fun stuff. And then my dad wanted to do more of the Jurassic Park rides. Apparently there's a boat one that's really fun. I thought I wasn't— like, I kind of wish I did go on it a little bit, because from the outside, you just see this boat, like, kind of a downward waterfall kind of slide, this massive drop, and, like, people screaming. And that's all you see of the ride, because the rest of it's mostly indoors. So I thought this was going to be another crazy, like, ride that would make me sick. But apparently, in the inside, until that drop, it is completely normal. And according to my sister and my dad, the drop itself is not that bad. Because the boat you're on is just so huge, it's a big raft. Like, there's a lot of people on it. So it doesn't feel as, like, crazy as, like, the Hagrid one did. Where you're on, like, a tiny little thing. So, maybe if I ever go back there, I'll ride that. Because in the inside, it's, like, basically a little Jurassic Park experience where it's, like, a tour of the park inside. Like, a boat tour. And apparently the reason you drop off is when they're trying to show you the next section of the park, there's a split in the road. Who's crying? And there's one road that says, like, basically to the... No, you're not having babies, you're eating dinner. That says, this way to the next part, and there's another section that says, keep out danger, and instead of sending you to the next portion of the park, they, sent you down the waterfall instead, and that's funny. By accident. By quote-unquote accident. So, there's a lot of cool animatronic dinosaurs in there, apparently. So maybe one day if I ever go back, I'll definitely ride that one. I want to see the dinosaurs. What else happened? Oh, well, my sister and my dad were, riding all the Jurassic Park rides. I said I didn't go on any other rides. That's partially not true. I did go on 2 other rides. I went to, there's a little Cat in the Hat section. Like, not the Cat in the Hat, but a Dr. Seuss world, Seussland, in Universal. And my mom took me there, because it was very cute. Like, and we went on the little Seussland train that basically goes over it and shows you all the places. And has a little rhyme story. That's ABC's. And we went on the Cat in the Hat ride. And I was a little bit worried because it said warning, it spins. The Cat in the Hat ride does not spin. It gently turns you around while a bunch of Cat in the Hat animatronics do a little goofy thing. And those animatronics did really show their age, because one of them didn't work. There was supposed to be, you know, Thing 1 and Thing 2 running around, but, Thing 1, only the left half of them worked, so he was, like, doing this weird little movements where he's supposed to, like, move his arms up and down, his legs up and down to look like he's running. But only the left of him was doing it, and it was very funny. I don't know how old that ride is, but it seemed pretty old. Cat in the Hat was looking especially scuffed. And outside, I saw Sam I Am and the Lorax in costume. I did not take pictures of them because there was a bunch of little kids and I did not want to take the spotlight from them. I did not want to... I wanted the little kids to enjoy Cat Hat and Sam I Am and the Lorax, not get interrupted by this 23-year-old woman who just happens to look kind of like a child. Maintenance for the rich? Let the animatronics slowly crumble? Push them out of the way? No. And while we were leaving, the Cat in the Hat and the Lorax and Sam I Am were reenacting the Book of the Lorax, and it was very cute. What else? We went back to Harry Potter World, because there's 2 parts! Universal is technically split into 2 parks, and, Harry Potter World is in both of them. They're not that far away, though. It's, like... I think they're technically right next to each other. You good, buddy? But, we got to see, the Wizard Wand store. What is happening? And we got to see this little girl. She got chosen to get her destined wand by the wand guy, whose name I don't remember, because I haven't actually watched the movie. Well, I have watched the movies. I probably watch them. Well, my mom watches them every year, and I have to be in the room while that happens. What's she doing? Oh, he's sleeping. Oh, never mind, he's singing. She was very excited. You could tell she was, like, living her dream, and it was very cute. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Oh, there's a fire-breathing statue of a dragon that every 10 minutes, like, roars and breathes fire. We got to see that. That was cool. We got to ride a train between... Oh yeah, there's a Harry Potter train that takes you between the parks. That was also very fun. And they have, like, a little screen that shows, like, the Harry Potter characters doing stuff outside the windows. Stop! What else? And yeah, that was basically my last day at Universal. But not the last day of my vacation. The Dr. Seuss place, vaguely. It's very whimsical and fun. I liked it a lot. I like the visuals of it. I'm like, wow. It was very nostalgic. It was very cute. I liked it. There was also Cartoon World, which is basically a bunch of Saturday morning... Sunday, newspaper cartoons. And, like, stuff from there. That was fun. That was cute. Like, Saturday morning cartoons and the newspaper funnies. And comic books. Oh, right, there was, like, a Marvel World, but asterisk, the comic books, not the movies. It's very funny because Universal owns the rights to the comic book Marvel characters. And Disney owns the rights to the movie Marvel characters. You were pissed because you were a 6th grader and your siblings wanted to go. That's funny. So it's very funny that there's an overlap, but that big of an overlap. But yeah, the comic book Marvel place was cool. Like, it was, like, brightly colored, and there was, like, it was comic book styled, kind of. And there was giant comic book cutouts and stuff. And you could meet Spider-Man, and it looked like a guy in a Spirit Halloween Spider-Man costume. Oh, hey, Pippi Pop. You just missed me talking about how I met a raptor at Universal. Now I'm talking about a really crappy costume of the guy of Spider-Man. Which is weird, because all the other costumes were really good, and there's just this goofy Spider-Man guy. Sorry, my nose itches. But yeah, I really liked the looks of all the places. They were fun to look at. Oh, there was also a bunch of pigeons around, and ducks. The ducks were really cool. I liked to watch the birds while I was sitting at the bench waiting for my parents to get done with their rides and stuff. My sister. Done with the rides. Oh. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. No, he played the piano and immediately passed out. Alright, what was I saying? So that was the last day of Universal. But not the last day of my vacation. Who was crying? You're crying. Why are you crying? But, for the last day we slept in at our hotel, and we went to Disney Springs, which is, it's not a Disney amusement park, it is a Disney shopping mall. Because it has, like, normal stores as well, just regular stores, and then, like, some Disney-themed stores, and then just some nice restaurants. So we got to walk around Disney Springs. Oh, before my Universal trips ended, I did get a souvenir. I got a big old Scooby-Doo stuffed animal. He's huge. And he's lying down, so he works as a pillow. He's just a big pillow, basically. And I love him. He's so big. He's like, gosh, I want to say 3 feet long? He's big. Scooby! Yeah. I just thought of the post where it's like, everyone loves... Of course you love Scooby-Doo, idiot! It came free! With your fucking US citizenship! It's in American blood to love Scooby-Doo unconditionally. It's your it's like your second God-given right as an American. Really. My little sister, at Disney Springs there's a Lego store. My little sister got Legos as her souvenir. Because she loves Legos. That's her thing right now. My mom, her souvenir was a Harry Potter wand. It's one of those interactive ones that work with the park. She never actually got to use it because she got it out of the last day. But she didn't really care, she just wanted one. Yes, the show that everyone hated did violate the national law. One of the reasons is because Scooby wasn't in it. This is why those movies were only one of, like, the movies where it's just Scooby and Shaggy, they're not good. They're okay, but they're not as good. The Mystery Gang, it is the Mystery Gang. All 5 of them have to be there, it is integral. They work with each other, like, their characters are integral. Their character traits work off one another. It's important that you do not separate any of them, except when they split up to look for clues. Don't you understand? The dog has to be there. Shaggy has to be there. Fred, Velma, and Daphne, they all have to be there. Each single one of them are important. Anyway, we're at Disney Springs. My dad goes into the Star Wars shop. There's a little Star Wars gift shop. Fred has both so much and no character. Fred has so many characteristics. You don't understand the intricacies of Scooby-Doo like I do. I don't know if Argentina gets the direct-to-DVD Scooby-Doo movies that sometimes play on Cartoon Network. But I did. I watched them. I watched Zombie Island. I watched Cyber Chase. What if Scooby-Doo was edgy and said fuck word? I think that would be really funny, but they didn't do it good. They didn't do it right. Fred is Fred, it's simple as that. Yeah, it's so simple. Fred is Fred, and it's so important. Anyway, my dad goes into the Star Wars store. because we're looking around, we have time to wait until our dinner reservations at a restaurant. It was like this... It was like 51 something, and it was based off, like, 51 Latin American or South American countries. Argentina was there. They were represented in a meal. That was cool. Unfortunately, it was a $40 steak, so I didn't get it. I'm like, oh, cool, Argentina. Unfortunately, it's incredibly expensive. I'm not paying $40 for a skirt steak, I'm sorry. It ain't happening. Those didn't reach there here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Scooby-Doo didn't reach some parts of the world. It's not the craziest thing in the world. Especially, like, the direct-to-DVD movies. And not, like, the shows themselves. Things are happening. Anyway, Dad goes in the Star Wars store. What about Scrappy-Doo? As a kid, I actually liked Scrappy-Doo. But that's because I was a child, and in the Scrappy-Doo segments, there wasn't really any... Things just happened in the Scrappy-Doo episodes. Scrappy-Doo episodes were a show where things happened. Just a series of events. But as a child, with a barely... Listen, my brain is barely developed now. Imagine how it was when I was, like, 5. I remember... Yes, that was one. That was one. You watch TV, like, that's the ideal time to watch that. Where Scooby and Shaggy fall in love with hippies that turn out to be scary aliens. Yeah, this... I'll talk about Scooby-Doo in a minute. I need to talk about my dad going to the Star Wars gift shop. So many noises are happening, though. It's hard to focus. My dad goes in the Star Wars gift shop. We're looking around. My mom's looking at Baby Yoda merchandise, as mothers do. That's not even his name, I think. He has a real name, but no one calls him that. Scrappy was the villain. Oh yeah, the Scooby-Doo, like the live-action movie, like the first one, where they... Was it the first one? The one where they, like, that movie scared me. It made me uncomfortable. I didn't like it. Anyway. My dad, in the Star Wars gift shop, there was a little corner of the gift shop with, like, a glass case and someone standing in front of it like it's jewelry. But it's more expensive than jewelry because it is film accurate. Film accurate, highly detailed, professionally made lightsabers. Official by Disney. And whatever other company makes Star Wars. George Lucas. Film accurate lightsabers. These are hundreds of dollars, by the way. Like, it was like, what, 175, something or other? My dad glances over at these very expensive lightsabers. They're huge, by the way. Jeweled. They're not jeweled. No, they're not jeweled. They're just lightsabers. They're in a glass case. There's someone, like, they're so expensive that someone has to watch over them in a glass case, and, like, there's even, like, a little roped-off section, so, like, only a few people at a time can go look at it. That's how, like, fancy and expensive they are. My voice is giving out because I've been talking too much about my vacation. Why is everyone... Stop it! But, so I'm looking around the store. My dad is still at that little section. He's still looking at the lightsabers. We're in there for at least 45 minutes, I want to say. And my dad spends most of his time looking at the lightsabers. Is it fancy or do they make it feel... I don't know. Ask my dad. because he's the one who stared at them so long. And here's the thing. My dad's not, like, a super Star Wars fan, but he is super nostalgic for it. Because Star Wars, the first ever Star Wars movie, was the first ever movie he ever saw. He told me. And they showed him, the lady at the counter, showed him the movie lore-accurate, highly detailed Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. That was also Anakin's at one point. Because it technically said, in parentheses, also Anakin's at one point. But that's like lore stuff, not important. From the first movie. And also Obi-Wan's. So he's seeing this very nostalgic from the first movie he ever saw. This life-size movie and lore-accurate lightsaber. Hundreds of dollars, by the way. And he keeps asking questions and looking at this thing. And my mom's like, he's gonna buy the lightsaber. Star Wars released on the period of time which France still beheaded criminals. Awesome! What? Anyway. So, to make a long story short, my dad, after complaining about how much this vacation cost him, even though he was the one who planned it and loved it, and went out of his way to make it more expensive by spoiling us with all the extra stuff, buys not one, but 2 lightsabers. He buys Obi-Wan's and Luke's, which were the first ones he saw from the first movie. We also had these things shipped directly to our house. 2, yes, he bought 2 because they came in a package bundle. They came in a bundle. We got both. With, like... Yeah! He's talking like, I'm gonna retire soon, and then he's buying his... I think it cost him like about around $300-ish for both of these. So yeah, he has the lightsabers shipped to our house while we go home. And I have to stop him from buying a 3rd. Because we look at another... Because they have 2 Star Wars stores for some reason, by the way. I have to stop him from buying Darth Vader's as well. I'm like, no, you bought 2. You bought 2. You're not getting a 3rd right now. You have enough. But, yeah. And, yesterday, when I was, like, at home, in my room, he comes into my room. He says, turn off your lights. Turn off all your lights. I do. He turns off my lights. He turns off all the lights in my room. And he's like, watch this. And he pulls out his lightsaber. It arrived. His lightsaber just got here. He turns it on and he starts smacking me with it. He's like, hey, check this out. Turns it on. It makes a cool noise. It does make noises as well. It glows. It has, like, little lighting effects. And it does function as a weapon, because he immediately started hitting me with it. He did not break them, don't worry. He did not smack me that hard. He did some little... So, yeah. Whoa! Hitpix! What you doing? There's not even fruit on that tree, buddy. If you're hungry, just ask. That's how my vacation went, minus Cirque du Soleil, because I do not have the energy. I spent like, what, 2 hours explaining my vacation? I think explaining what happened to Cirque du Soleil, that would require another 3 hours. It was crazy. Sound like really, yeah. Minus the plane and the throwing up at the beginning. It was a good vacation. Virginia Beach. I do regularly go to the beach for vacations. Not at Virginia Beach though. So I've been going to the same beach for 22 years. So maybe going to a different beach someday would be good. I want to go to the Florida Keys. I want to see a manatee. I did go to Florida, but I did not. We were at the coast, so I did not get to see any manatees. I want to see those doofy little animals. One day I'll see a manatee. Beautiful band. Yeah, Cirque du Soleil was crazy. Miracle they still exist. They still, as long as there is love and joy on planet Earth, manatees will still be here. Like that one Peanuts image. You know the one. The kid who plays the piano and what's her name, Lucy? Thing loves the bells. I think it's the only instrument he knows. We might need to teach him a different instrument at some point. There's a type of manatee that only lives in the Amazon? Oh, I didn't know there was other type of manatees. What kind of manatee is it? What's the manatee? Hold on. Let me go Google this. Google, show me manatees. Amazon manatee. Oh yeah, Amazonian manatee. Not now, WWF. Types. What are types of manatees? Manatee. It's type, not... it's okay. Technically, he's also been using the wrong version of plane, but I know what he's talking about, so it doesn't matter. There's the West Indian manatee, the Amazonian manatee, and the African manatee. I think Florida is the Amazonian one. Hold on, let me look at its region of distribution. Or is it the... No, it's the West... What manatee is in Florida? What manatee lives in Florida? What? Oh, it's its own thing, the Florida manatee. Just trying to be helpful. Or is it the West Indian? Oh, the Florida manatee is a subspecies of West Indian manatee. Plain, not plain. Yeah, plain is a different word. Sounds exactly the same. Spelled differently. Means something else. Where are achievements and leaderboards? I think that just connects. What are these? Literally just achievements. I think someone's cheating. It is literally just leaderboards. But I think people are cheating a bit. There's plain as in bland, plain as in the thing that flies in the sky, spelled differently than plain as in bland. But then there's also plain, spelled the same as plane, as in the thing in the sky, I think, but it means a flat surface, also completely different thing. Spelled exactly the same and pronounced exactly the same. Hard to learn. To be fair, Malar, I also probably make those same mistakes because English is a stupid language that regularly has things that confuse me. They're mixed up. Me too, a little bit. I get 2 with 1 O and 2 with 2 O's confused a lot. I still not sure sometimes which is supposed to be used. Japanese is harder to learn because of the 3 alphabets. Yeah. To be fair, one of them is only really used for people's names and for like words that are taken directly from other languages, I think. And they are, I think, just different versions of another alphabet. Like, so there's like similarities between the two, if I'm not mistaken. It's more of a memory test. At least, as long as you get, like, it vaguely right, people will understand what you're saying. Like, you will sometimes, like, make like typos and like other like slight errors, and I won't even notice it sometimes before I double like, wait, that's not how it's katakana, hiragana, and kanji. Kanji is the crazy one. The one that uses the Chinese characters that you literally just have to memorize because there's a 5 billion of them. The katakana and hiragana are also pretty simple because... yeah, don't let... usually when I correct you, it's usually, like, just to be helpful. If it's something, like, super minor, I won't even bother because it's not that important. I just feel rude for doing it. At least with the Japanese letter system, it is always consistent. Because the Japanese alphabet is, like, phonetic, like, it's all pronunciation-based. So, like... you don't have to worry about one thing ever sounding different, so that's good. Sorry, my nose itches again. One case symbol is expected to be remembered for 4 to 6-year-olds in Chinese, yeah. Kanji is the exception. Yeah, kanji is the exception. A symbol for woman and a symbol for three women together. What does it mean? It means nice. Huh. Mario's both Italian and Japanese. Think about it. I guess. I guess that's technically not wrong. Noise? Noise? Oh, noise. I thought you meant nice. That's not as nice. These little guys. Noise. The noise! Oh. Also, funny thing, despite using like the exact same characters from Chinese, or like simplified version of Chinese characters, usually the Chinese meaning of those characters and the Japanese meaning of those characters mean completely different things to add to the confusion. Why are you sad? Alright. Is anyone gonna evolve, or does that have to be another Chao stream? Because my voice is starting to give out. I've told you guys about me having, it's funny, I probably will avoid streaming at night. Not because of my job, or because of anything that's happening, like, important. It's because at night is, girls' night, and at girls' night we watch, all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And during my vacation, I got through withdrawals. I'm like, if I do not see something incredibly stupid happen in Yu-Gi-Oh! In the next few days, I'm going to lose it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so stupid, I love it. I've already told you about the scene where Kaiba, where Yugi basically cheats and Kaiba says, I'm going to throw myself off a building. So fun. I was so excited because we intentionally left that because she told me it was coming. She's like, this is the episode where Kaiba threatens to kill himself if he doesn't win the duel. I'm like, oh boy, it was like a fun little event for us. Burning Skullhead. Not Pointing Skull, it's Burning Skullhead, get it right. But, anyway. We purposely left that we left a cliffhanger, okay? We're like, okay, tomorrow we're gonna watch Kaiba throw himself off a building. Have you gotten the Joey versus Band? Yes, we, beat the duel, not beat, like we're playing a game. We, finished the Dual Kingdom arc. It's not the same thing, it's so different. Don't know anything. Season 1's really funny because it goes through this entire arc, and then it finishes, and then it has like 10 episodes of random filler at the end. Like, okay, here's this really dramatic and character development has happened, like major plot points have been revealed. Here's this child. Her name's Rebecca. She wants to fight Yugi. They fight. Yugi's grandpa's there. And then, for no reason, Kaiba says, okay, I'm back home. I'm going to work on my virtual reality game that I've been working on for years, by the way. And then there's like a 3-episode storyline about them doing like a little virtuality mission with... and tonight, we're gonna watch Dungeon Dice Monsters. Who is crying now? Yeah, that episode was also the episode to remind you, by the way, this child is possessed by a malicious spirit who would not hesitate to kill people for his own benefit. Just so you remember. Which is really funny to the people who did not read the manga or know about the season prior to Duel Monsters. To be fair, they also don't know a lot of things. Season 1 is really funny because they have to reintroduce a bunch of things that were established, like, way earlier in a show that did not happen in America. I don't think people realize that this dark spirit is a dark spirit that will kill people, like, if he is slightly inconvenienced in any way. If someone says something mean to Yugi at school, this spirit, this malicious ancient Egyptian evil, will kill them. In a funny little game. Anyway. He's doing it again. Season 0 would be too much for 4 kids, yeah. I love Season 0, I want to watch it again. I like how it goes over just every game, ever. He does murder one of Yugi's team. He doesn't murder her, or at least not the episode I'm remembering. He just causes her to go a bit insane. He does probably murder some other people, though. Like, some people it's deserved, like a serial killer, or a terrorist, or someone holding his friends hostage. But sometimes it's like someone who's mean to him at school. And the title of King of Games made sense, yeah. Like, oh, you tripped my friend over? You're going to the Shadow Realm, idiot. We're gonna play the demon games. Have fun in hell. It's crazy. Yugi vs. Bakura at Zero Kingdom was meant to read. Yeah! They're a pedo team? I don't remember that episode, but that sounds about right. I also didn't watch all of it. I only got to watch a bit of Season 0 through, like, random YouTube uploads, because there's, like, almost nowhere to watch it. We're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. So I'm having to wait on a friend of ours to put it on, like, a website. Not a website, but, like, an archive somewhere so we can watch it, because he has it downloaded somewhere on his computer. Anyway. My voice is tired. The Chao aren't evolving, so I guess we'll have to wait for that later. Okay. Hetsu from chapter- oh, the guy from chapter 1 who was eaten by worms. He recovered and became a cop.
Select.
Cool. Anyway. I should just read the manga, honestly. Did you know that Eggman is Gru with a mustache? I think you've said that multiple times already. While you're gone, Pizza Tower got the noise. Oh, cool. I also know that Voices of the Void finally got the official 7.0 update. Like, we were playing like the weird beta version of it, but it finally got actually released and announced and stuff, so we'll have to check that out sometime. But yeah, nice catching up with everybody. I'll tell you what silly things happen in Yu-Gi-Oh! Next stream, and Voices of the Void will probably be next stream, and maybe after that Ace Attorney. That'll be fun. Anyway, see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace. Peace out. Whoa. Oh god, my voice. I have to get used to this. It's been a while. Bye!